Good morning, my fellow SAP students. What I wanted to discuss with you today is asset accounting. Asset accounting is a submodule of the SAP FICO module, and basically it's very complex. It has a lot to it, and you have to set it up similar to the way that you would set up the chart of accounts, but not exactly. And there are a lot of procedures involved in setting up your asset accounting submodule in the SAP FICO module. And basically, when you begin to set up the chart of accounts and you link that to the company code, you have to set up your chart of depreciation and you link that to the company code as well. And in your chart of depreciation, you have an asset master record. And then under the asset master record, you have an asset class. And then in this particular asset class, we just use computers. So we'll say that, there were like 4 items in our asset class, which is a laptop, desktop, printer, and a server. You could have another asset class with land and buildings, and that asset class could be like property you own. And you could have another asset class of like other types of machinery, such as trucks, tractors, farming equipment, and things like that. It could be any number of asset classes, although in this particular example, we just decided to use computers. And basically, whenever you are setting up your asset accounting, you have to open up general ledger accounts just for that asset accounting. For example, you have to have a general ledger account when you sell an asset. You have to have clearing revenue. You have a general ledger account if you sell an asset and you have a gain. You have a general ledger account if you sell an asset and you have a loss. You have depreciation expenses. You have accumulated depreciation, and you have asset clearing. Now, those are the general ledger accounts that you have to open up to configure your asset accounting. And then in addition to that, you would have general ledger accounts for your fixed assets, such as land and buildings, equipment and machinery, or computers or something like that. So asset accounting is a very complex submodule in the SAP FICO module, and it requires a lot of knowledge and a lot of understanding of asset accounting to set the module up. And I certainly couldn't do it justice by talking about everything in asset accounting because I'm still learning asset accounting. But I hope that this spreadsheet that I have made has given you a good understanding of how asset accounting and financial accounting both have to connect to the company code, and you have to open up general ledger accounts for your asset accounting, and those general ledger accounts work with the other general ledger accounts in your chart of accounts. So I hope you have a good day, and I hope you've gotten something out of this presentation. Goodbye.